Ah, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Munchie B Talks Politics. I am your girl, Munchie B. We are starting extremely late tonight. I want to apologize. When I'm looking up on my eyes, I don't know what going on. I just wake up. I fell asleep and I just jump out of my bed and see the time. I said, Jesus, peace, Munchie B. It's after 9. But I still decide to come and I'm going to stay for an hour and everything. Hi, Kurt. Good night. Please share the live, people. Make them know some Munchie B still there here. I'm going to be spending 1 hour with you guys. I just woke up. Look at my item. Sleep still in my item. Good night, Ava. Good night, Dawn. Good night, everybody. Welcome to Munchie B Talks Politics with your girl, Munchie B. Please share the live. As soon as we get to 100 people, we're going to start. You know, we're not waiting for that long time to start. I could play with things in the meantime, my people.
Labour Party marching on to victory.
National Party administrator did not be
Labour Party marching.
people hospital.
They don't want to Jamaica Labour Party to have the political credit.
Labour Party
He would
marching
rather deprive the people of their power.
For one labor right,
The lies of the PNP can never change a labour right. The lies of the PNP can never affect the mood of the Jamaica Labour Party. The lies of the PNP can never overcome the truth of the Jamaica Labour Party. I came into politics to change things, to improve things, to make your life better in real ways. That's why I come into politics. So when I look at my Jamaica, a country that had lovely parks, lovely botanical gardens, and then for many years of neglect, those parks and those gardens deteriorated to nothing. One of the dreams that I had, which I then turned into a vision, which I then had the opportunity to allocate budgets to, is to make sure that every parish in Jamaica has a park. Not a park that you have to lock up all kind of foolishness happening in the park. A park where you can go and walk, go eat ice cream and sit down on the grass, go watch performance in the park.
welcome, 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 welcome. How much I want to hear? 61, 40 more people to go. Guys, welcome, welcome. While the others take a little time and roll in, I could talk about something. People, we want to say congratulations to the Reggae Boyz for winning the World Cup qualifier match against Guatemala. And I want to point out something to you guys. Look here, it's when it comes to the Reggae Boyz, me a bandwagonist. Me not jump on the Reggae Boyz bandwagon until then qualify for the World Cup. Or at least when they reach the final round, which is going to be the next round, when they're going to play other team, seeded team and more. You know, I see where the Reggae Boyz are going with first, guys. I'm going to be honest with you know. Me can't take the losing with the Reggae Boyz, Cheryl. Me cannot take the losing with Reggae Boyz them. Me cannot take Leon Bailey a dance over the ball like him a Cristiano Ronaldo. Me can't take to the team can't score. Me cannot watch it. So I must say, yes, Sandra, I am back. Me will rest and sleep and me pray about it. And me talk to my elder today and my elder say, me can continue. Now back to the Reggae Boyz before we talk about the politics. Please take note. Please take note, people, that our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, have been supporting the Reggae Boyz team for years now. Every little match we keep Josephine, Prime Minister Holness shows up at the stadium in a Jamaican shirt, win, lose, and draw. Our Prime Minister is supporting the Jamaica football team. Now, it is very, very important that we make sure that we win the election so that our Prime Minister can go to the World Cup. Can you imagine? Because remember, Mark Jefferson Golden not have no Jamaica shirt. Remember, Mark Golden don't support the Jamaica football team. Remember, Mark Golden don't support Jamaica. And we cannot have a person like Mark Golden, God forbid, oh Jesus, show up at World Cup next year. So to please everything about politics to me when Munchie be put everything in a politics. So don't even bother with me tonight and say, oh Munchie, everything you bring politics. Yes. Yes, Fillmore. Everything me bring politics in a Sharon bless good night. Prime Minister, no check the records. Check the records, Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness shows up at the stadium every single match. Rain, sun, breeze, hurricane. Prime Minister is at the stadium in a Jamaica shirt. All when I one supporter their stadium Prime Minister today. Eh? When we lose, when the team not play good, when Leon Bailey dance over the ball and not score no goal, every time our Prime Minister always shows up at the stadium. So nobody can't say gone if you go take picture now because election are come up. Me see him on the field with Leon Bailey and Leon Bailey have a baby in their hand and me see them a smile and some of them a hug the Prime Minister because they know, Josephine, that our Prime Minister have been showing up at the stadium every single match that the Reggae Boy have. Prime Minister will not show up there. So for this 3-0 win, we want to say congratulations to the Reggae Boys. Because when they play against BVI, me never impress. Because BVI is one real team. And if we can't win BVI, oh gosh, we're not problem. But today, the first 15 minutes, the team warm up. And then after that, the team was playing good. Surprisingly, Leon Bailey, what me no want me can knock pound. Surprisingly, Leon Bailey was playing good. He passed the ball. He set up another goal. Him never bad. So we don't really want to talk too quick because we know how him stay ready. But congratulations to the Reggae Boys. Next, we're going to go to the next. For those of you who don't understand football, we're going to go to the next round where we're going to play a team, a seeded team like Panama. Oh, by the way, USA, Canada, Mexico, who are all part of CONCACAF, will not be playing any qualifier. So the Reggae Boys must qualify for the World Cup mark. There will never be another there will never be a better opportunity for the Reggae Boys to qualify for the World Cup than now. Because due to the other countries hosting the World Cup, the Reggae Boys don't have to worry about USA and Mexico and Canada. So we don't have any more opportunity. So we must play good in the next round and we must get one of the slots to go to the World Cup next year. Prime Minister Holness must go to the World Cup. Must go to the World Cup. So please, make sure you come out, go vote. Make sure you do canvassing. Make sure you talk to the people and make sure that we win the third term so that next year our Prime Minister who have been supporting the Reggae Boys for years will be able to attend World Cup. All right, I mean, I want to tell me, say, mommy tribal, I don't business. We don't see Mark Golden gone away. We don't see Mark Golden show up today. We don't see anybody from the PNP show up at the stadium today. No, they did not. All right. Another thing, guys. Another thing before we go to the politics. I don't know, say, when we start talking about politics, that's trouble. And 1 hour we are going for, we now go over 1 hour tonight. People, you know, this is about politics, but you know, the KSAMC under the leadership of Mayor Swaby, because of the corruption allegation and because of the investigation by the Integrity Commission and because they are being investigated by the IC and by MOCA and now FID, the KSAMC is trying to distract the people of Jamaica. First, then come, say them a name road off of Shelly-Ann. Then give Shelly-Ann the key to city. Then, last week, then come another story. Then, this week, then come now, say, then write letter to media houses and want money. They want the money where the media houses owe them. Make sure say Nationwide no owe them no money. Because if Nationwide, make sure read the article, guys. If Nationwide owe them money, that would have depend on the front of the paper. So what is the mayor trying to do? Only God know. But no amount of distraction, Comrade Mayor Swaby. No amount of distraction, no amount of PR can distract the people of Jamaica and can prevent the Jamaica Labour Party from talking about the major corruption at the KSAMC, where the PNP is funneling money to a PNP operative, sending checks to his account to be changed and used in rural St. Andrew. That can distract we, and FID and MOCA will be coming out very, very shortly to update the people of Jamaica about that corruption. Uno can distract we. We are stay upon message. We will be staying on message. Uno cannot distract the Jamaica Labour Party machinery, because we know you, Mayor Swaby, that you are just trying to change the narrative. We know you don't want us to talk about the corruption. We know you don't want to talk about what is going on at the KSAMC. We're going to use the KSAMC to run campaign in central Kingston and right across the corporate area. We don't want to hear nothing at all about no money we want to collect from the media houses. We don't want to hear nothing about how we collect money for poster and for billboard. That is, we don't care about that. What we care about is the money that is being placed in the PNP operative bank account so that it can be used to run the election in West Rural St. Andrew. That is what we are interested in. And another thing, people, I don't know how many of you guys saw the article in the Talent paper about 80% of the Caribbean HIV organization facing disruption. We don't know why the PNP are trying to find story there, so. Because remember, we all know, and those of us who never know, we do research and we find out, say, of course, the USAID was sponsoring the HIV program in Jamaica. Not only Jamaica, but in Africa, in South America, and in other Caribbean countries. That is not a secret, David. Everybody know, and who never know, we do research and we find out, say, yes, the USAID was doing that. But if you remember, shortly after Donald Trump cut off all of the money, Minister Tufton spoke and he said that where USAID cut off, the government of Jamaica will fill it in because we have the money, because this Andrew Michael Holness has invested in health, in the health sector more than any other government since independence. So it is not an issue where the HIV patient and the HIV people now get the medication, because that was the case. The PNP and the Gleaner would have gone up a UE, gone over Chase, gone find out. If it was a situation, nobody asks if they now look for the story, you know. Nobody asks if the PNP now look for talking point in Valrose. But they don't have nothing to talk about, because when they go up a UE and then go up on the platform and then go cross the free and they go ask the people them say there was no disruption because the Andrew Michael Holness government under the leadership of Minister Tufton already find the money and we are by we own a HIV pills. We now depend upon America. We thank them for the one that give we, of course, Valrose. Because nobody now refuse freeness. Nobody now refuse help. We now refuse help. But Minister Tufton run out early and said, we will fill in the gap. There will not be a situation in Jamaica where the AIDS patient, the AIDS victim will not get the medication under Andrew Michael Holness. And even though the Gleaner not tell you no, this USAID, and since Andrew Holness win the election, we are get the help from them. This has been going on from ever since under the PNP. It's not like we call up America and say, America, oh God, the people in Jamaica are dead from AIDS. Beg you some vaccine, beg you some pill. No. It is an initiative by the United States aid people them, and we welcome the help and we thank them for the help. But so when you see them article in the Gleaner is a distraction and just a way to rile up the people of Jamaica. No, there is nothing to see there. Absolutely nothing. The AIDS medication is still free. The AIDS people who have AIDS can still go to university at the hospital, still go down the stairs and cross it free. Which part the children want there, go through the gate there and go over there, so you get the AIDS medication free after. Not that is something PNP talk about. And also, Minister Tufton spoke about it today. The NHS is still helping diabetes patients, is still helping cancer patients. No disruption. They're everywhere where the USAID stops sending money. The government of Jamaica and the Andrew Michael Holness fill in the gap. That is why we pay down the debt, so we could have more money, so we can put in our health sector and put in the security of our country. So now that America moved their foot, Jamaica now drop. All right. Next thing now, guys. The People's National Party and CVM. I saw the news clipping on CVM, Marco, where Faz Batty and a couple more of them, I don't remember their name because they're irrelevant, send out a bulletin to the media houses talking about, oh, the $24 billion spent on Cornwall Regional and the hotel and the hospital still not open, and that is corruption, and in any other country the minister would be charged and blah blah black sheep have you any wolf. And when I heard that thing, people, I go back and listen to what the Minister Tufton say in the 2024 sectoral debate. And I say, how weird the minister say we spend 24. I go back and check. Me not see. He didn't say that in 2024. I go back and check again in January. Still no news items. And you see, you see him observer, you're very reckless, no observer. Me not expect no better from the Gleaner, but you see him observer, you're very reckless, and one of the Labour Party viewers that my readership will let your paper, You need to start with some fact checking. You need to start with some fact checking, because Nationwide did not post that. What Nationwide did, Nationwide post the soundbite from the PNP. The Nationwide did not post an article. But yet still use the observer. Sometimes I don't know if a real journalist are up there or a blogger. Because a quick fact check would I tell you, say, minister, no go so. Sometimes when the observer, Miss Bones, want readership, they write foolishness like the Gleaner. Sometimes when they check and they say, oh God, nobody no read the paper today, we have to go put something controversial, we could put this. Then I do not fact checking, Marlene, because there is not one budget presentation, there's not one article, there's not one interview with Minister Tufton saying that the government is spending $24 billion, or the government has spent $24 billion so far on Cornwall Regional. Nothing out of the mouth of Minister Tufton. So why would the observer post that? Why would the observer listen to Mark Gordon, who is a known liar? Mark Gordon, who is a known propagandist. Mark Gordon, who is desperate for power. Why would the observer post that? No. Me ask me people them, because me sometimes I don't understand, me ask me people them. If the PNP is going around and saying that the government saying that 24 billion and Cornwall Regional is still not open, and this is a disgrace and corruption scandal, how is it then when the minister take them to task today and shame them? They will talk about, oh, if the minister say it is projected to spend. How is projected to spend and $24 billion spent is the same thing? I may not understand. And Mark Gordon seems to be an educated man with couple degree to him name. So no, help me understand this. If you are build one house, guys, from the scratch, and you get one architect to draw up a building plan and everything, and you build a 2 apartment, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, 1 living room, and the man will build the house. I say to you, say, well, Munchibi, me feel like, say, based on my expertise, you're going to spend about $4 million, $5 million to build this house. That is just him tell you based on his expertise, Anything can go wrong, Anything can go wrong. If there's a shortage in cement, the price of cement will go up, and therefore the price for the house will go up. If there's a pandemic and there's you have the distributing line and get slowed down, then the price of the things will go up. If there's burial or any unforeseen issue, the price of the goods will go up. So even though the expert, I don't notice when Minister Tufton attack, that the man no left the expert, everything he say, he say, well, based on the expertise, based on the profession, based on this. Minister Tufton just talks, I say, boy, my mind tell me, say, this is going to be this. But him rely heavily. If you don't notice how Tufton talk that the man they're afraid of corruption and afraid of scandal, him rely heavily on the professionals. He not just come and say, oh man, me look upon the Cornwall Regional is a big hospital, The way it big, me feel like so we're going to spend this money. No, he didn't do that. About the PNP, you notice I've been saying this every night, and I'm going to say it again. You notice that from Mark Golding doing budget presentation, the PNP now campaign for absolutely nothing that Mark Golding said. The PNP is campaigning on corruption, and the PNP is trying to artificially manufacture scandal. Nothing more. So then put out the narrative now and they send it to the media houses. $24 billion spent. I heard it with my own ears from Mark Golding. $24 billion spent, and we still Cornwall Regional don't have not one single patient. And then the media houses them run with that. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. And if then you just call the minister and say, Minister, Mark Golding said that this is what happened. Can you give some context to this statement? Then the minister would have explained, say, how much $1 billion spent to build out other hospital so we can move the patients to those hospitals. How much money spent to buy equipment? How much money spent to build out the wall? Because remember we had to lick out all of the wall them. How much money spent in AC? It is very, very simple. But the PNP is not interested in facts. And that is why Prime Minister said, in this election, we will be fighting for the minds of the Jamaican people. And the party have to hire a PR firm to put out the information and rubbish the lies and the misinformation and the propaganda by the PNP. Oh, you're going to tell the country, say, $24 billion spent and not one single patient in Cornwall Regional when that is not true. To date, only $9.8 billion spent. Look how far $9 billion is from 24 PNP. Look how far $9 billion day from 24. The PNP is so wicked and the PNP is so lie. That's why I ask every labor right. If we not get the chance today to listen to the minister presentation, please, we go back on PBCJ and listen. And me tell you, if for those of us who listen to the minister's presentation, not only Minister Tufton, all of them over the years, if we not listen to Minister Tufton's presentation today, about 4 or 5 things him say new. Don't care. All of the things that Minister Tufton said, he has been saying it for 2 years. When we talk about primary health care, when Mark Golding gone down a health center, down a jungle, I go talk about when the PNP farm government, they're going to have primary health care and more tests going to be done at health center. We already been doing that for 2 years. For 2 years, the Minister of Health and the ministry have been billing out and refurbishing health center so that we can stop people from going to the hospital, go sit down one night when they not do them or when they have minor issue and them can just go to the health center and get them health care and go to them yard. We have been doing it. If we don't go back, don't take my word for it. If you guys just go back and listen to what the minister said in 2024 and 2023, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Primary health care is that on the front of Minister Tufton agenda since 2023. So when you hear Mark going, oh, and that PNP government, we're gonna have, oh please, Mark Golding. Oh please. You remember in 2024 when the minister talk about know your number and Mark Golding said that's rubbish. Because that's how Mark Golding deal with Jamaican people, you know. Disregard and disrespect and shake we have. That's rubbish. Eh? That's rubbish. Yet still the minister could have say over 1 million people in Jamaica have been getting health care through the know your number system. Where Mark Golding say rubbish. Where Mark Golding say rubbish. Eh? Mark Golding say no, the know your number initiative is rubbish. Somebody should get that clipping of Mark Golding saying it is rubbish and put it with the clipping of Minister Tufton talking about what the huge impact that policy have made in the lives of the Jamaican people. Somebody will know how to do them things there. Just go back on PBCJ and listen and find the clipping when Mark Golding say, know your number are rubbish. And then go back to the and listen what the minister said because he gave the figure of how many persons benefited from it. But because Mark Golding Mark Golding children have never used public health facility in their life, he might go see a rubbish. Because Mark Golding mother and Mark Golding father, remember when the people of Jamaica wanted to live beside Mark Golding parents, place down at Augustown, Mark Golding and his family member come out and protest. Mark Golding identify with poor people. Not one person of Mark Golding family have ever gone to KPH to use the health facility. Not one person of Mark Golding family have gone at him up a UWI to use the health facility up there. None of them. So when you hear Mark Golding say rubbish, know your number, you cannot expect any better from Mark Jefferson Golding because he cannot relate. Mark Golding cannot relate to the ordinary man and woman in our country. Mark Golding is a tapanarist in turn up his nose at us. When you hear the minister list out how the people of Jamaica benefited from the policy since 2023. Know your number. Project the smile where people can get their front teeth fixed. People who lose a limb can get a new limb. And Mark Golding says rubbish. And that is Mark Golding. Him have no regard for the people of Jamaica. Him not really like we very much. Him don't like us very much. Him just want to form government. So him and a bunch of tapanaris can rule the country and continue to rape and rob and line their pockets. And I say that without no apology. Because when they can put out a new a video and send it to the media houses talking about $24 billion spent on Cornwall Regional when they know that is not true. We don't have no respect for Mark Golding and his team because they take Jamaican people for fool. Them take Jamaican people for fool. And that is why we have to make sure that we put out the information. We can't take it for granted. Say, oh, Jamaican people know say I lie the PNP at there. No, sir. Jamaican people must know. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know because remember say PNP cater to the dons. Remember PNP cater to the dons. So, yes. So another thing, guys. Another thing. In the Observer today. Can you know what, guys? Me kind of put my eye on the Observer little. But I don't know if I want to commit to the Observer because sometimes they put out some shady story and upset me. Before I go to the Observer, guys, a little follow up. Before I go to the Observer, a little follow up, Cheryl. So, me here say, the PNP, I give it to Tanya Stephens. Not only is the PNP giving it to Tanya Stephens, Cheryl, they set them top blog up on Tanya. They set them top blog up on Tanya for rub her out. But we, the members of the Andrew Holness-led Jamaica Labour Party, We not care about Tanya Stephens. Let the dead bury their dead. We not claim her. We not business with her. And the PNP could have put her in a grinder and grind her up and feed her to the dogs. We don't care. Because we never send call her in our party if we can sing no song. We never send call her. And for those of you who say, for the people them who say me go too hard pan Tanya, and oh Tanya a labor right, and munch you this and munch you that. Let me tell you what was Tanya's response when asked if I really she their JLP place a sing anthem. You know hear it? You know want to hear what Tanya respond and say? Yes, it's real, meaning say yes a she. I was invited to a youth forum, which turns out to be a labor right meeting. That was nostalgia. As I have said 1,000,001 times, I used to be one of Uno. Nobody made me do it. Me not afraid of Uno, but me also not dance like Uno. There was a battle of wits between Bobby Montague and I. Simple version, he won that exchange. Hence my presence. That exchange is not an election. You know, listen to the part with Tanya Stephens. That exchange is not an election. Of note, that was supposedly a youth forum which had no PNP presence. A community development idea exchange which was posturing and cheap campaigning. I shrugged it off, but since Bobby sent it to me, shut up about the video, to me, laughing like it's funny, I will discuss it at length. For the record, I learned the anthem before my ABC. That places me in the best position to critique the fall. You hear her? You hear her, guys? That is why you don't hear me a cuss Tanya last night. Don't tell me to no cuss Tanya. This sound like somebody we business with we. This sound like somebody will come back in at the party. This sound like somebody will support the Jamaica Labour Party. You don't tell me because you don't say me a overreact. You don't tell me. This sound like somebody who support the Jamaica Labour Party. Tell me. We don't want nothing to do with Tanya. Because Tanya, if Tanya have a vote in a Western St. Mary, Tanya one vote can't make Bobby lose. Tanya one vote can't shout out about how we done. Make we stay done. Make we stay, because we not take insult for invitation. And because you can't disrespect the Andrew Holness vote. And I'm going to say, make we stay done, man. Make we dance all the way to the polls voting for Andrew Michael Holness. You bright, yet still gone on platform with a PNP man. We have put chain round a black man neck. But yet still we dance. And me don't know what kind of youth forum Bobby are invited to, because you're not no role model for no young people. I don't know which youth forum Bobby invite you to, because you're not a role model, because every single song when you sing is a reflection of your life and how your life used to be. You sing your experience. You sing all your song them is an experience of your life. So based on your song them, which youth you can't talk to. Which youth you can't tell nothing. Your track record no good, Tanya. Your track record no good. Which youth forum Bobby invite you to? What kind of youth you can impress upon? What you ever come with? What you bring to the table? What are you bringing to the table, Tanya? Then we could have my youth and bring you for contact to my youth. Me could have my youth and bring you, Tanya Stephens, to come talk to my youth. Say what? I wish you could have treated me like a Glock. Which youth you can? I don't know where Bobby you go with you. You wash up and you all up. You not have no traction. I don't know where Bobby you go with you. I don't know. And if you left the labor right them alone, you double down and I can talk about all we done. All we done. We not care if you learn the party song for you in your mother womb. And your oldest labor right now use you. We not want in our party. Go and go meet Mark Golding. And we don't care if your mother teach you the national anthem for you in our belly. We don't want in our party. We don't want you in the party of which Andrew Michael Holness is the leader. We don't want you in there. And we don't talk. We don't want you. You can't tell us if we want you. Because we not fool and we not take nobody now go disrespect we and disrespect with Prime Minister and turn back on with Prime Minister with skin teeth with them. You're crazy. The lady say, we don't. That the lady say. I don't want me to rest off of Tanya now, but I don't want nobody tell me about Munchi. Tanya this and Tanya. The lady say she was invited to a youth forum and when she go there, she not see no PNP people there. No way, Bobby, I go with you. Yeah, yes to the news. Yeah, yes to the news. Yeah, BlackBerry. But now using a 2025. Yeah, Big Back TV. Yeah, washing pan. Nobody now use your Tanya. Yeah, yes to the news. And we now take back with talk. And we don't care if you want vex. We don't want in an Andrew Holness party. You disrespect the Prime Minister and we don't want you. You're bright, you're sure. I don't want cuss her in Andrea. Sure. I want cuss her, man. We don't have for her, I don't want cuss her. But I don't want her, she come send out no message out about we fool and she learned song French before she learned her ABC. We don't care. We don't care. If you're not the party from Bustamante wear short pants, you disrespect we leader, we not use you. And we don't talk. We don't talk. You and Bobby can do what you want to do. But don't mix up the Labour Party and don't mix up Andrew Holness tonight. Now, people, back to the story at hand. For those of you who, for the Jamaica Labour Party supporter, who did anxious and the pins and needle about the party choosing our 63 candidates. We no can sleep well now because the 63 candidates are in line and 63 candidates are chosen and we are ready for the election. For the people them who depend on social media campaigning heavily, we can now move the campaign, the online campaigning then now to the ground, door to door, and go and campaign for the member of parliament and for the candidate. Candidate Audrey Marks is a good choice, a wonderful choice. And I hope the Labour Rights in Christiana come out and support her. I hope the Labour Rights in Silent Hill come out and support Audrey Marks, and I know that the party is going to do absolutely everything to make sure that Audrey Marks and the Jamaica Labour Party retain that seat. And by the way, guys, such man, for those of you who live in Manchester and know me attack, such man will get all of the contract for every single dead right across the country. I mean, I know if we can't take that the contract from him, it's a forever contract can get Jimmy. It's a forever contract that the man they get. The man in central Manchester who have the contract to pick up every single dead right across Manchester, right across St. Elizabeth, right across Trelawney. Who somebody can look upon in contract. Somebody in the government who can look upon the contract with the man with the PNP give that the man is a 100-year contract in get Sandra. Who come here. That PNP man, we are fun. The PNP man campaign upper Ardley Shaw, who was actively in the division in Christiana handing out money during the local government election. Nobody know how when the contract when get under PNP expired or it was given or a local government give out those contracts. Couldn't make me know somebody. I wish somebody would know more than me would have sent me a request. Somebody will know more than me. Could you please send me a request and tell me who is responsible for giving out contract to funeral homes? No, please. Let me know if I the government or if it's the parish council. Please, me I beg you, because that the man they have that contract there from 1962, you know, brother. That man have that contract from 1962. And he is the one that is in Christiana and right across the constituency, my love. So I hope we know we have a vote, we have a labor right voters in the constituency. We know we can win the constituency. That is not a problem. But I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking out loud. Ministry of Health, I'm sure. Ministry of Health. Oh, Master Jam says a 50. I must want 50-year contract. He have Master Jam. I must want 50-year contract him have. Cause that man have that contract, Master Jam. From the all through Percival, 18.5 years. All through Percival, 18.5 years, him have that contract. Him have the contract 4 years of Bruce. Him have the contract 4 years of Portia and now 9 years of Andrew Michael Holness, and he still have the contract. I hope somebody else set up shop and get themselves ready to apply for the contract when film contract up, you know. Because he must not be allowed to get another 50-year lease. You mad? Me not talk about the road contract, guys. You don't know the man when me talk. The people who live down here know the man when me talk. The Beacon and the Hill in central Manchester. But the people, you know, me can't call up the people in here because I have $1 when they sue me. You know, me not have a red tent when the people in so much be. So I can't call the people in here. But the people who live down here know who me attack. You know such man, you know the man, him run, him hardly shot. Oh, Jesus. All right, Munchie B, relax yourself, you know, have $1. The people who live down here know me attack. You now get me in no trouble. All right. So we want to say congratulations to Senator Audrey Marks. She has been appointed as the candidate for the Northeast Manchester constituency. She will be continuing the legacy of the great Honorable Audley Shaw. We know that our government under Andrew Michael Holness is very, very strategic when we are choosing candidate to go on the ballot for the Jamaica Labour Party. You know, this Bible verse say, before you form in the belly, I knew you. Yes. Before the candidate becomes a member of parliament, Prime Minister Holness already have a plan for that candidate that is going to become the member of parliament. So we know that Senator Audrey Marks have done an excellent job when she was at when she was in Washington representing the country. Since she go in the Senate, she already make an impact, and we have no doubt in our mind that Audrey Marks is fit for the seat. She will do a good job. She's not afraid to put on her sneakers and walk uphill because she's a country girl. She come from St. Mary. She go to school at Jamaica. She born and grew, and she know the hills and valley of Jamaica. And like Mark Golden, she's not a Panaris. So she just need the support of the labor rights on the ground. She just need the support of the party and the bloggers, anybody who they near, like Rusty, like all of the bloggers them who live in Manchester. Please, wanna walk down the road, walk across in the constituency, please. Wanna make sure it's gonna work with her, wanna make sure no help her canvas, wanna put out the information, because we want to make sure that on election night, Senator Audrey Marks continue with the legacy, with the great legacy of Audley Shaw. No, people, as it relates to Mr. Delano Seavright, I'm just going to say one thing about the situation with Delano Seavright. Just one phrase. Yesterday, humblest calf, and them always get the most milk, suck the most milk. That is all I'm going to say. And yes, the Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness, for those of us who put with trust in him from 2016, where to date him not put a foot wrong in our eyes. We know that anybody with Prime Minister put on the ballot or anybody is chosen by the Prime Minister is for a reason. And sometimes we just need to relax, sit back, and allow party leader to set up with party. He not lead we wrong to date. He have not led us wrong to date. In 2016, when the PNP was gallivanting all over the place with Trafigura, Outer Many, Damien and Sheldon London, all over the place, Prime Minister was there campaigning and setting up the Jamaica Labour Party. It is not by accident. The people that was on the ballot in 2016, it was not by accident. We, Linda, have every confidence in our party leader and our Prime Minister. He not put a foot wrong to date. And don't get me wrong, Don't get me wrong. The members of Parliament on the government side, I'm not going to say that we are impressed with every one of them. I will be the first one to say I'm not impressed with all of them. I am not impressed with all of them. I mean, here when I'm a nice labor rights sister call me and I make excuse and I say, Munchibi, if then they're on the back bench, them can't really talk because only the front bench talk. Rubbish. Rubbish. If I am a member of Parliament and me know of a bill that the government is coming with a bill to be tabled and debate. Even if me not part of the ministry, me I go to house leader and say, house leader, I don't tell me if me wrong, because I don't know what time I wrong, me people will tell me. Where Erica there? Erica Orlando don't tell me if it's not possible, because I don't know, sometime I don't know. If I am a member of Parliament, I mean I have no ministry, right? And the Road Traffic Act bill will be tabled in the Parliament to be debated. You don't tell me if me can go to the minister. Because remember, we got debate, and during the debate, people from the opposition are going to speak and people from the government are going to speak. Are you guys telling me that is only the minister alone can speak on the bill? Somebody text and tell me, please. Text and tell me, Orlando, because I will apologize if I get it wrong. Text and tell me, Travel JA, when there's a bill, when the government table a bill in the Parliament, only specific people can debate on the bill, yes or no? You not tell me because you don't know, so let me get it wrong, I will fix myself, address myself quick and fast, me no mind. Tell me, guys, only specific people alone can talk on the bill. Cheryl, you don't make me know. Me want to know. Because I think, and maybe me wrong, and if that is not the case, we need to fix that. You must go to the house leader and say, house leader, the Road Traffic Act go come, do your local research, read the bill, and have the talking points. Not all MP. All right, somebody said not all MP. Why? Why only specific MP alone can speak Spanish bill? You don't tell me. Is it in the standing order? You don't make me know. Because if that is in the standing order need to be changed. Because that is why some people are say the member of Parliament, them sit down in a Parliament and they have not heard their voice. See, Orlando say, of course you can offer input. Of course you can offer input. Me don't know. Me have to go find out. I do my research from people who know more than me. Because me don't know. You must can offer input. You must can offer input. Every bill that comes to the Parliament, all of the MPs supposed to read the bill. Read the bill and offer input. That is why some of us labor rights always say some MP make no impact in the Parliament. It doesn't matter if you're in a back bench or front bench or side bench. You are sent to the Parliament to make an impact, to contribute, not to warm bench. not to warm bench. So when Prime Minister Holness, yes, Tari never hears, so people are complaining about it. Yes, beloved, people are complaining to some MP in the parliament and they never hear their voice from the end till now. People are talking about it. And me do a little research, then tell me, say, only front bench alone can speak. I don't know if it is in the standing order, I don't know if it's the government policy, I don't know. But what I would love to see in the constitutional reform when we're going forward is that it doesn't matter, only speak when you have a sectoral presentation. You must can give your input and bills as well. You must can give your input and bills as well. That is just my 2 cents. So when you see a person like, and you know what though? I put this to you in Tari. You see when people like Audrey Marks and people like Warren Newby, them newcomers there, after them win their seat, PB, and they go, we're going to win the election. We know we're going to win the election, so we can't say this. After we win the election, grace, and people like Warren Newby, people like Audrey Marks, people like Steve Wright, and those persons who come into the parliament now, when they get ministry, I don't know how they're feeding up people, but let me tell you how me work. If I was a member of parliament, as 2-term member of parliament, and this year I make my 3rd term, and me see people like Warren Newby and Audrey Marks come into the parliament and get all position, and me not get none. Me not happy, Me no know. And it's not even bad mind. I feel like it doesn't matter if I feel like the member of parliament must be more. Let me left them alone because I don't want to come and say, oh, me a cost me MP. Because I love love the member of parliament. Don't get me wrong, But I'm just saying. Let me left them alone, guys. Because I don't still start inbox me and cost me and tell me to go and go cost PNP. Let me let them alone. Anyway, congratulations, Audrey. So that's all me I go say. Congratulations. Because I know no so start cost me. Because I just feel like say you must contribute in the parliament. Just go sit down and beat bench so look good. Look good. Me I tell you no, it does not look good. When the Road Traffic Act bill is tabled, every member of parliament read the bill. And Jesus, keep me near the cross, near the precious fountain. Till my raptured soul shall hide, rest beyond the mountain. Make a let that alone because I know no so start cost me say, oh, me I cost the MP them. Me know a son still no like when me talk the truth. And me know somehow not happy, because when time I come off of this phone, no cost me, say, boy, munchi, me no hear this somebody from when. But when me say it, no cost me, so make a left you alone. See somebody say they need to request to the House Speaker. Well, say me if left them alone. Not trouble them, but all me tell you guys, we don't want no people. We in our party and the member of parliament that we are putting forward to be our member of parliament and to go in parliament, all of them bright and educated. So it's not a situation where we say, oh, then done sound, then can't talk. No done in a parliament. Must have only Michael Phillips within one subject. So me no want to tell me say, oh, me I go too hard pan them. But since you know say me for rest the topic here, make a rest it and move on to something else. Because at 1 hour, me only have 9 minutes to go. 1 hour we are talk for tonight. So guys, the PNP. See Cheryl say Muncha PNP. Me know you don't want me to talk about that. Me know. The PNP is planning another protest. Who saw that? Who saw that the PNP is planning another protest? So them a protest against corruption. You see it? The PNP is planning another protest in St. Catherine, talking about their protesting against corruption. Labour right on nobody waste no time and go pan a road, go follow back at them. Make them stay. Make them stay and make nice because they say empty barrel make the most noise. What we need to do is make sure so we are the door to door and house to house. Make sure so we are canvas. Make sure so we have with people on the ground canvassing because you know the PNP is a distraction. When you hear the Prime Minister today about the culvert that the government is planning to build, where the PNP people them gone on the bank gone make house, where the 200 PNP people after Warmington tell them say do not make any house up on the bank because the government will need that land to build the culvert. The PNP people them gone pan the culvert, gone make house, and Warmington said they have to go come down after day. But Warmington between me and you, make them stay till after the election because we don't really want no problem. I did not say everybody will get ministry in the van. What I said was that if it's only minister alone can speak, and when we bring the bill, when we bring a bill to the parliament and the bill is being debated, all right. Here's why I say it. Me no want to talk about it because I don't want to go upset. Is there a different standing order for the government and the opposition? Yes or no? Andrea. Is there a different? Because, all right, when I watch the parliament, right, and the government come with any bill or would come with any policy, the PNP, every single one of them stand up and talk about it and say, no, this is not going to work, don't do this, and then complain. All of them do it, and then Mark go and close it off. So that is why I'm asking you guys if it's a different situation with the government. That's all me asking now. Me nah cost the MP. Me nah make no problem. I just want to be educated. So me not repeat the foolishness again. Me not mean to say everybody forget ministry. All I am asking is that if only specific people can speak and bill on the government side. That's all me ask. Who not tell me say me not me, this why me not anyway. Guys, did you hear Warmington today criticizing the PNP people who gone panic bank gone make house? After Warmington tell them say do not make no house up there so because the government want me not say the whole 49 of them to speak travel JA, but some of them can say something. Some of them can say something. The PNP people. Can remember I said PNP promotes squatting, you know. Remember the PNP promotes squatting, you know. So the PNP, sit me know Tari, one thing with Tari, you're educated and you go get my point and agree with me. Only the tribal labor, they would tribal like me. I tell me say, oh, me not fi talk about it because everybody can't speak. Me know Andrew Oldness labor right like Tari and me believe say some of them need to open up their mouth. All right. So guys, so the government of Jamaica under Andrew Michael Oldness went to St. Catherine today to break ground and to discuss the culvert that will be built to take the water off of the road and to prevent over 2,000 Jamaican people in St. Catherine from flooding out when we have a heavy rain and a storm. So basically now we're going to get the money here from the IDB, said the Prime Minister. But the IDB is refusing to give up. No, like refusing a strong word. We're going to get the money. We're going to get the money. But the IDB is asking the government to take the PNP people off of the gully side where they ganga each up and Torkel because they should not be up there in the first place. And I don't know what is wrong with the People's National Party and their supporters. Everywhere is squatting, you find the PNP. And Warmington say the government now no money to relocate them. But Warmington between me and you, Papa. Between me and you, make them stay. Left them, Warming, left them. When we third term, we identify piece of land up in the hills of St. Catherine and we put them up there. Because them did here not to go there. So when we get with third term, we move them nicely. Make them stay a little first, want me, because we don't really want a bad person with the PNP love the campaign pan foolishness. I remember you're not lucky, you know, uncle. You're not lucky, you know, uncle, want me, because you're not mince word. You're not mince word, you know, uncle. And because you're not mince word, anything that you said, that you said, uncle, can be spin in a negative way and it's not gonna sound good. Because remember, the civil society group not like you. You don't like them neither, uncle. Don't get me wrong, you know. You don't like them neither. But you know, just because we're in an election season and we don't really want a problem, uncle, please, you know you don't want them pan the gully. Me don't want them pan the gully neither, uncle. Of course, me take call. Let me send the link. Come, Tari, of course. Where you tell him to not come from? Me want Tari in my box. Don't tell him that, sister. Yes. So, uncle, between me and you, make them stay a little. Make them stay a little. Make them stay a little up there. Make them stay. Now, my last single topic before me leave. The non-integrity corruption. The non-integrity commission. Under the leadership of a very suspicious commissioner, Beswick, PNP Ronnie, and PNP Kevin Stevenson. Me never see Sandra. No, people. We will not be distracted, and the IC and the PNP can't beat we up. I am only going to talk about these 3 reports that the PNP IC sent to the parliament, and me not even talk about the details because I don't really care about the details. I just want to point out something to you guys. When the Integrity Commission tweet say them send 3 reports to the parliament, the toilet paper cleaner jump on it and made a story about it. They repeat the same thing with the ICC up on Twitter, then turn it into one story, right? That was from earlier today, about 3:30. About 3:30 p.m. today, people. The Integrity Commission put out the tweet, and the toilet paper cleaner jump on it, then pounce on it immediately. They pounced on it immediately, guys, and they wrote a story about it, right? That's from 3 o'clock, you know. Me go up on the road because I don't want to listen to Natalie Anita, you know. Me no waste my time and listen to no PNP. They go upset me. After the minister don't speak, me go up on the road, me don't want to hear Natalie Anita. Me spend long time on the road, unfortunately, because anybody know me, know say when time me meet up with labor right, me talk for hours. No matter how you hear me say me I come home, come cook my pot, that get distracted with labor right these days. Me spend 2 hours on the road, guys. We never have no service. We never have no internet. Onion BB, Munchi, do you listen to BB or Black Beauty YouTube channel? She said about the PM. Me never hear Black Beauty yet. What Black Beauty say? Me never hear about Black Beauty in my life. Anyway, guys, last topic I remember say 1 hour me ago. When I come off of the road, guys, and my internet pick up back on my phone, first thing me do before me look if anybody try call me is go over the glen and go look and the follow-up story and the Integrity Commission report where they sent to the parliament. Because me I want to know say, once there's a report, the PNP and the operatives will go leak this information to the gleaner, and by the time the parliament finish the report in the gleaner already. We know this. It happen every time. It happen every time. Once there a report is sent to the parliament, people, by the time the parliament finish, the gleaner have every information. So me run go over the gleaner now, people. Come here, look for the story. Me scroll up, me scroll down. Me scroll up, me scroll down. I can't see nothing about the eye. Me scroll up, me scroll down. Nothing. Me say wait, me can go looking at 3 WhatsApp group where me in. Me don't see nothing. Me say that. Then all this IC reports I keep so secret. Oh, this a report and not leaked to the media yet. Only to hear by 5:30. Said the Non-Integrity Commission send the report and 2 JLP councillor, 2 PNP councillor, and 1 JLP councillor who have not been said in any statutory declaration for years. You see that? So the Glean and about pick up back the story again. The Glean and about pick up back the story again, Dennis, because it don't fit their narrative and because it is not about the Jamaica Labour Party. So they don't bother with it again. They left it alone. Not a word from the comrades them. Not a word up on Twitter from the PNP. Not a word over TikTok from the PNP. Because the PNP is not the JLP, so they not run with it. You know, say the PNP don't really care about corruption though. You know, say the PNP don't really care about corruption though. Had it been 3 JLP, had it been 3 JLP councillor, we won't hear the end of it. It would have been the #1 news at 5 with Comrade D and Jackson Miller and beyond the headline. It would have been the #1 news over TVJ and CVM. But because it not fit them narrative, they not bother with it. And that is why I say to my party, let us go and bring the Integrity Commission Act back to the committee and fix the Integrity Commission Act. Whether it be JLP or PNP, the report come down, me not care. Because as far as I am concerned, the Integrity Commission is a waste of taxpayer dollar. $1 billion. If tell we say councillor now sending statutory declaration, $1 billion we not get for no peer with nothing to show. No man. The Integrity Commission, the Integrity Act must be fixed. We cannot continue to pay these people $1 billion with absolutely nothing to show. Good night, Tari. Good night, Tari. May I give you 5 minutes? Go.
Alright, Munshi, you hear me? Cool.
Yes, we're here.
No. I know you were speaking on the issue where MPs are not speaking in Parliament and whatnot, and I say I agree with you. Now I'm gonna go to the standing orders, right?
Thank you. That's why I have to love you, you know.
Rules of debate. Section 32 of the standing order speaks the time and manner of speaking. Paragraph 1 says, a member desiring to speak shall rise in his place.
Tari.
Yes, Tari.
Turn up. You're up on YouTube. Turn up your YouTube.
Hear me good better now?
Yeah, in your YouTube. Or turn it down or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right. So it says, a member desiring to speak shall rise in his place, and if called upon, shall address his observations to the speaker or chairman. No member shall speak unless they are called upon by the speaker or the chairman. Then paragraph 2 says, if 2 or more members rise at the same time, the speaker or chairman shall call upon the member who first catches his eye. And then paragraph 3 says, subject to paragraphs 4, 5, and 6 of this order, a member shall not speak more than once on any question, except, and these are the circumstances where them can talk more than once, if the House is in a committee stage, or if in explanation as provided in paragraph 6, to a point of order as provided in order 34, which is interruption, and in the case of the mover of a substantive motion or the member in charge of a bill in reply. Paragraph 4 then say, any member may, without prejudice to his right to speak at a later period of debate, second a motion or amendment by rising in his place and stating that it is his intention to second the motion or amendment and no more. Then him talk about debate with estimates of expenditure, and then him say paragraph 6, a member who has spoken on a question may again be heard to offer explanation on of some material part of his speech which he alleges to have been misunderstood or misrepresented, but he shall not introduce a new matter. No, here's where I am coming from now. Right? All of the it's still a echo? Is it still echoing, guys?
It not echo to me, but let me look in the comment section.
No, no, Jurassic Keisha says still echoing.
All right. Go on again, cause
No, alright, cool. Alright, they must somebody
Just
say yes.
turn
No.
down. Just make sure you turn on your YouTube.
No man, the YouTube not on. Yeah man, it's off. Man. Alright, I think Munchie yeah, alright, cool. Say it good now. Alright. So where I am coming from now is that when members of parliament are elected, there are certain duties that they have to do, right? Outside of just representing the constituency, you are put there as a voice for your constituency. How I know parliament works is that if you have a matter that is raised and you know that it's gonna affect your constituents, you're supposed to speak on behalf of your constituents, right? Which is why I agree with Munchie when I say that I don't feel that you should be a parliamentarian if you're just going to come to parliament and beat a desk and not comment on any issues. Granted, there are 49 members of the JLP on one side, and I get that. Not everyone will be able to comment in the sitting. My only challenge, however, right, is that if a bill is being presented or it's being debated or an act is on the floor, any motion, you as a member of parliament, you are granted the right to speak, just like how any senator can speak in the Senate. You in the House of Representatives, you are granted the right to speak. And I personally believe that every person who is elected as a member of parliament, I think a member of parliament should be a good public speaker. That's just me personally, right? And I love public speaking and debating. I think members of parliament should have public speaking and debating skills when they're speaking towards matters of national importance, right? So I have to agree with Munchie here when we only have some members who are in the parliament. Lance, the point is that members of parliament are representing their constituents. Hence, because they are representing their constituents, if there is any bill that is being debated or any act that is being debated that affects their constituents, or them just generally like the issue, then they should be commenting on the issue. That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of seeing the same. As a matter of fact, I am also tired of seeing the same people comment every single time on an issue. You either see people in the front bench, 1 or 2 times you see currency. I remember Tova commented one time when they were speaking about a bill and she was speaking about some of the corrections in the bill. But what I'm saying is that we can't be so tunnel vision to just say, oh, the MP get elected for the constituency alone. If them just do the work in a constituency, good for me. Yeah, that's good and all, but part of their job is they're supposed to be able to speak on behalf of their constituents and the wider Jamaica at large, you know? So I would disagree with persons when they say that we should leave our MPs alone. Most of them don't read the bill and cannot say a word on what they did not read. Dana, that is another thing that needs to be looked at as well, right? Once you are an MP, you are supposed to have an idea of what is happening, whether or not the bill affect you. Because the reality is, if you go in your constituency and your constituent asks you about a bill and you can't answer them, because you never read the bill, you don't know what the bill entail, you don't know what the Prime Minister said about the bill, dog, name your supper. Which is what I'm getting at. When people participate in debates, it allows them to widen and expand their vocabulary and knowledge, and it helps them to be more informed on these things so that they can also report back these things to their constituents and their legislators. If you're a legislator, you should be able to create legislation, read the legislation, interpret the legislation, look at the parts of the legislation separately, see if this part of the legislation needs editing. You should be able to do these things. You should be able to do these things, which is where I'm getting at. And as I said, it's 49 JLP people in a parliament. So not all of them will comment in one sitting. But we need to see more of the inactive speakers in parliament, so to speak, begin to speak in parliament. When we look at, even Munchi pointed it out to the opposition. If you look at the opposition, I can't think of one person on the opposition side who I have never seen comment in parliament before. A matter of fact, I believe.
You know what?
Yes,
Tari
Munchi.
said? Them are going to say because the opposition only have 14, but if you go back in the last parliamentary cycle with PNP, when they have 32, PNP always talk a lot. PNP members of parliament in a parliament always have a lot to say. That is why they always tell themselves say them are the bright one. Because they ever have enough foolishness. I'm not saying one people go talk foolishness, but my point is this. PNP is not normally shy. They eggs up and they love to talk. We are just asking our member of parliament to contribute not only in committee. We want them to participate in parliament publicly as well. That's all we have to say. So thank you very much, Tari. You want to say something?
Yeah, man. And as me I say, Miss Bones, you say shy me, maybe. One of the things you have to understand as a parliamentarian is that once you offer yourself up for public life, or once you offer yourself up to represent people, your life is going to be publicized, no matter what. So you see that shyness there with them probably have? Yeah, man, that's a figure move. That's a figure move. And Lance, as it relates to, so if a parliamentarian don't have a problem on a bill, why should they speak on it? If they don't have a problem on a bill, they don't have to speak on it. What I am saying, however, is if you don't have a problem on the bill, but you want to speak about how it will benefit the country, you can do that. You don't have to speak just because you have a problem on something, you know. You can speak on something just because you endorse it. So it doesn't have to be, oh, you only speak in negative towards the bill. If you want to give a positive endorsement of the bill, then go right ahead and say how this will impact your constituents, how this will impact Jamaicans. We have to get to a state where we're not just sitting in parliament and just beating the desk. Simple. And that's all that I'm saying. And just before I come off to come, I know Munchi give me 5 minutes. I'm literally over the 5 minutes. As it relates to the squatters, all I will say is my personal opinion as it relates to them. I don't understand why the PNP always decides to break the law and then all of a sudden they're supposed to get a bailout when any other citizen who breaks the law is going to be treated as how the law says they should be treated, right? But it's a sad situation, I will say, because there may be surrounding circumstances. Maybe there weren't other places to reside or whatnot, so it is really sad. But based on how the law is set up, every citizen who comes before the law must be treated equally before the law, and as such, I don't think it should be right of us to be giving preferential treatment to these people, giving bailout to these people because they couldn't find a proper heir. That's just me, you know. That's just my legal opinion. And sometimes I don't like how the law is set up. But legally speaking, you know, as I said before, that is how the law is. But if I should say from a personal opinion, I would think that they should be probably get relocated somewhere. But as I say, law says one thing, we have to follow the law.
We're going to relocate them, you know, but me tell Wami, in my opinion, Tari leave them for now because we know where the PNP reside across is them. But you know what? Why I said this about the bill, and it is important that the member of parliament read the bill and debate the bill. In America, I mean, Jamaica take a lot of them politics and a lot of them things from America, and we emulate America and want to say we want this and we want that. The Republican House passed a bill with the sorry. And after the bill gone to the Senate, now me hear some of them are bad out. Oh, we never did see this. Oh, we never agreed to this. We're gonna vote. We don't want this. And it may be not so extreme in Jamaica because the MP them now go admit say they never know. But I see same thing in Jamaica where the bill come and for example, Delroy Chuck bring the bill and him debate the bill and the PNP debate the bill and say what's wrong with the bill and then Delroy Chuck answer them back and then we use a majority and pass the bill. I am saying that I just want to ask the question if it's only the minister alone that this bill is this table in the bill, it alone can comment. And as I just said, no, other person can support him. It's not only if you're against a bill you can speak for and against. So when the minister bring a bill, the Road Traffic Act, the law about raising the age penalty for people commit heinous crime, other people can comment as well. That's all we are saying. We don't want a situation where people just then at the parliament and not bench every day. They must can contribute. That is what we're asking when we have our new parliament after we win the election and come back in. But I love the Prime Minister to look into it and put more the one them want to normally speak up, start to speak in and start to participate and contribute more in our parliament publicly. Thank you so much, Tari. Thank you so much to the Jamaica Labour Party supporters. And as I said before me leave, we ignore the IC, guys. Let us ignore the Integrity Commission. We don't care if the report is about the PNP. We don't care if the report is about the JLP. We're not business with them because as far as we're concerned, them not doing a good job. They're biased and they're committing political interference, and until them release the $31 million report that they use our tax dollar to buy to investigate our prime minister, we don't want to hear nothing from them. Could it be about us or not? So the PNP thinks that we're going to jump on this and say, see now,
True.
PNP people corrupt. No, we not business. We not support the IC. We want them to release the forensic audit that they paid for $31 million. That is what we're calling on them to do. Until then, do that Tari and panel, we don't want to hear absolutely nothing from
And
them.
Munchi, as you said that quickly, come on, say quick. Karl Marx would have said, accuse your enemy of what you are doing as you are doing it to create confusion. We know that these institutions are aligned to the People's National Party. Their orange draws show every day. We know that. We know that they want to create confusion in this country. You know, say a major election I go keep right now, 2025 in Jamaica. And I even spoke over TikTok last time. I related the actions before the 1980 general election with what is happening in 2025 right now. Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes.
Exactly. We don't want to hear nothing from them, Erica. Them could have come with 30 report about PNP council and we don't care. What we want them to do is release the forensic audit that they paid for overseas people to come and do and make the people of Jamaica go through it and make we see what the people them say. Until then, we don't care and we will not be distracted. And as the Prime Minister said in closing, guy, we must go out and campaign and talk to the people them and do door to door and make sure that make the people of Jamaica know the message of the Jamaica Labour Party. We not get distracted by the PNP gimmickry because we have an election to win and we have a record of performance to campaign on, and after that now, we are going to rest now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for clicking on the like button. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the absolute support. And see you tomorrow night. Look here, Tara, the people them say you can't host the program one night. What do you think about that?
What, me have to go see how my schedule will work.
Yes.
I have my final exam this Friday, but after this week, I'm supposed to go. But I have a segment on neighbor program on TikTok and all of that, so I have to go work. Yeah, man, neighbor take me. Tari steak.
Gee, guys, you know, say neighbor. One never tell me say neighbor have him. You say me have to go fight hard and not forget him from me, guys. Me have to go fight hard. go work on it, guys. Cause me know anything me want, me go get. Don't worry yourself. Me go have him to come on the program and host the program. And anybody else who feel like they want to host the program, please to inbox me and let me know. Cause we want to open up the platform to you people so we can share ideas, share views, and we can talk about the policies of the Andrew Michael Holness administration. Thank you so much, guys. Good night.